You can sit right there. Well, you can sit there. The chair's not in between.
Huh? Pagan pirate. Huh?
No.
All right, going live. 18, 19. Ahoy.
Hi, mates. It's good to see you.
Hold on. Here we go. Hello, mates. Captain.
Hi. Welcome aboard, mates. Our first show. How about that? What do you think? You know what I think? I think just like a ship would be christened when it sets off on its new adventure, we should do the same thing, and we're pirates. So guess what? I have a rum.
Yes.
What do you say there, QuarterMaster, Navigator?
Rum!
Aye.
A toast to all of us and a good adventure. Cheers
Aye.
to us and to all of our watchers already. Look at that. We got all kinds of people watching us now. So we got to say hello to a few of them.
There
I
you
see
go.
Night Shadow,
Black Market Outpost. Aye. Pirates. Hello, Night.
Angel, Mason Wilkerson. We'll talk about an event he was on with us later on in the show. But for now, congratulations, gentlemen. We've made it our way.
Captain Mason says I'm not 21, but I'll enjoy this water.
All right, enjoy the water all you like, but when he turns 21, we'll christen him properly.
Aye.
Sounds good to me. So, what better way to start this new adventure than on a day like today? Do you know what today is?
Aye.
What is it, Navigator?
It's Talk Like a Pirate Day.
Of course it is. Now, some people that don't know us pirates just think it's something silly, but for us pirates, it's a pretty auspicious occasion. It was created at around 1985 by John Bower and Mark Summers, otherwise known as Old Chumbucket and Captain Slappy, both out of Albany, Oregon. There they are right there. They had this wild idea that it was just a whim, a humorous thought that it would blossom into a day honored and celebrated by pirates worldwide. So instead of saying hello, we say aye, avast ye. And, well, some people have to say R. But
A lot of
if you
people.
really want to get in on the full story of it all, you can go to Wikipedia. There's a whole bit of information to tell you exactly how they came up with this whole thing. And the whim has turned into something that is celebrated by pirates all over the world now. I've actually messaged in and talked to a few pirates today from many points of the world. So it's a good thing to be talking like a pirate. What do you say there, Quartermaster?
Aye, Captain. Today's a good day.
So my good friend Tom Mason and the Blue Buccaneers, they're out of Nashville, Tennessee. We've had them here in St. Augustine. Him and Chumbucket himself, they commensurated, worked together, and came up with their own song to commemorate this day, Talk Like a Pirate. And there's old Tom Mason right there. If you haven't heard his music, do go on YouTube and find Tom Mason and the Blue Buccaneers. So what do you say? Navigator, are you playing music in that background there?
I'm playing the
Captain.
pirate song.
Ah, very good, very good. So, ladies and gentlemen, to your health, to Captain Slappy and old Chumbucket, and to International Talk Like a Pirate Day. Aye.
Aye, Captain.
So, what can our viewers expect? Since this is our first episode, and we've had many planning sessions and knowing what we want to do, but this is our first real episode. Shouldn't we tell the viewers maybe what we think we want to do? And then maybe the viewers will pop in on us and tell us what they like. But in my thoughts as the captain, this is a pirate-based podcast, but we don't have to do pirate all the time. Pirates weren't known to just walk the street. So we could do the history of St. Augustine, the history of Florida, some of Captain Mayhem's or the QuarterMaster or the Navigator's favorite places to drink or eat in St. Augustine, the oldest city in the nation. We could talk about the history of anything you wanted. I know that we'll have a special guest coming up next week, and we'll talk about that in a few minutes, but I even had somebody give me a really good idea today while I was at the Pirate Museum. The history of superstitions on sailing vessels. And I thought that was a really good idea, so I came home and put it in my list. But we might do the history of tattoos, the history of weaponry.
That'll be my specialty, Captain.
Weapons.
See, the weapons will excite the men, so that's a good thing. But the world's our oyster. We can do whatever we want. We want to do things that our crew, and that's all our listeners, our supporters, our subscribers, will forevermore be now known as the crew. And the crew always had a voice in the direction of the ship. So we will also do the same thing.
There you go, Captain. That's a great idea. I love the idea of superstitions and tattoos.
Aye. And if I remember, our friend B.C. Morin, ha! B.C. Morin is a female, and females cause quite a bit of stir in the superstitious department.
Yes,
so
they did.
It would be a wonderful idea, I think. It was given to me by somebody else, and they might even be one of our watchers tonight. If you're there and one of the watchers and you had that conversation with me, speak up. I don't need to take the credit for it, nor do I want to. If you're watching, speak up and let me know, because we'll give you the credit for such a great idea.
Hey, Captain, what do you think of this? I didn't know this.
What's that?
Brian says the Buccaneers won today.
Boy, that would give us, in my tours, I talk about Buccaneers and how sometimes maybe they're not worthy of the name pirate. But the world's our oyster.
Hello, Inquisitor.
Right, boys? What do you say? QuarterMaster Rado, what do you think? What do you think would be some of the directions we might go? Throw it out there.
Well, we're definitely going to be doing, obviously, multiple guests coming on board the ships to, promote them and talk about them and what they do. We're definitely doing our YouTube channel that you guys are seeing here now. Not only do we do the podcast live, but we also do random videos here and there. So make sure you look at those as well. Our Instagram page is another one that we have. We're going to be posting some photos today. We did an event today for a very good charity. So we'll be posting those photographs as well.
What do you think, Davey?
I got a lot of thoughts on that.
Here we go.
Remember, Davey, this is only an hour show.
Right. Okay. Of course, I'm all excited about that. We're going to be talking about pirate history and also mix in Florida history and stuff. Don't get me wrong, everybody out there. It'll be mostly about pirates. I'm really excited about our different drinking establishments. But it's also nice to know that this is a way for us to share.
That scene to be a part of it. Is that scene important to the movie? I'll give you a perfect example. And this one would be something we would talk about when it came to weapons also. What's the best sword fight scene of any movie in the history of movies? 9 times out of 10, everybody will say
Princess Bride.
Princess Bride.
Right.
So that's a great scene. There's a whole lot of information on YouTube by Mandy Patinkin, who played one of the parts in that, who has talked about it before. So it would give us great conversation to talk about scenes. I have a particularly favorite scene in one of the Pirates of the Caribbean movies when Jack Sparrow makes a a comment to one of the British naval officers that makes me laugh, but makes me realize it's still a great comment to use in today's world. So we have the option of just doing scenes. And since there's so many scenes in so many movies, it opens it up for us to do many more. So
Yeah,
I
like
think that.
Cutthroat Island.
Go ahead, Dave.
Like Cutthroat Island. I got a lot of scenes with Gina
favorite.
Davis.
My favorite movie is Cutthroat Island. Why? Because of Gina Davis. Well,
Captain, we have a good question.
All right, what's the question?
Nightingale. We'll
All
love to
right.
hear about the pirates, what pirates ate, and how they took care of their wounded, or those pirates who were no longer able to work because of their disabilities. Loss of limb, for example.
Ah, that's a wonderful one. And that would probably, we'd throw that one into when we talked about the society of the pirates on board the ship and how they took care of their own and how they ran the ship. That's a wonderful idea.
Right.
And quite easily might be one of the ones we'll have to do soon. I mean, we've already, between the three of us, we've already pretty much planned everything out till January.
We have.
We have guests that we're questioning and asking to come on board. We have ideas already. We want to talk about other crews if they would like. So I believe that this show, even though it's a pirate theme, I believe this show is an open oyster for us to pick the pearls of whatever we want and to have fun, and to have that fun be enjoyed by all of our crew, our listeners. What do you say?
Aye. Captain, to answer the question, the person who had told you the information was the Inquisitor.
All right, very good. So, my friend, the Inquisitor, it was a wonderful idea. I do not take credit for it. You get full credit for it. And as you can see, the quartermaster and the ship's navigator, they both agree. So it'll be on the list. Not sure when, but it just means that everybody's got to tune in every week. I think it's a good thing. What do you say, men?
I say aye.
Very good.
It's worth a drink.
So
They're also liking the movie idea with the Cutthroat Island.
Yeah.
well, we want to make sure that Angel, it is a great movie. I saw some people bad-mouthing that movie today online. It took a lot for me not to jump in and tell them, hey, you don't know a good movie when you see it. But we'll leave it alone for today. So that's what you can expect from us and more. We've even talked about, and this should be in this segment too, we've even talked about the swag we want to have available so that you can have mugs and whatever else you can think of that we might do that has our logos in it and our images. And speaking of swag, what a segue. Let's talk about somebody that's done us a huge favor. Cameron Ferguson, a.k.a. Because a good pirate always has an also known as name, right? Cameron Ferguson, also known as Sketchy Guy Nevada. He's a cartoonist. And he did some really great cartoons for us. He took our logo, which you can see up in the right-hand corner there, and he cartoonized it. And look at that. I'm actually partial to that one. Then, after he did that, well, then he cartoonized all of us. And, well...
Yes, I've always enjoyed the cartoons, and I've set sail with the captain many times, and I've often commented that his character, his persona, just lends itself to some sort of cartoon character.
Oh, well, thanks a lot.
Sketchy Guy did us a good one on that.
There's the captain.
There I am. That's Captain Mayhem is a cartoon. But I'm not the only one he cartooned.
No.
Down on the quartermaster. I may look stern, but the quartermaster...
I look really good.
Nah, he just looks sullen. He looks like that look is, all right, where's me rum?
That's right.
Right. But of course, there's three of us, and there's Davey.
Captain, why don't you tell us what you think about this one and what it
With
Means to
Davey,
you. Yes.
in real life, he looks like a kid. Even more so as a cartoon.
Yes, he does.
In real life, we know he doesn't really shave. And on that cartoon, there ain't a whisker on that face. So there you have it. So we've got some ideas. In fact, old Mr. Longwood took a chance and had some tests done with some T-shirts with our logos on it, and they came out really nice. We saw them for the first time today. So, hey, if you want a cartoon character on a T-shirt of one of us or all three of us, do we have that logo that puts all three of us together there, Mr. Quartermaster?
Aye, Captain.
There it is.
Yeah.
That is an excellent T-shirt. But I'm partial to it. I don't mind being cartoonized. I think it looks good. So what do you say? We do need to make sure that Sketchy Guy Nevada knows how much we appreciate his work. And we would like for all of you to find him on YouTube, see his work. I think we actually took one of his, he did a video, a time-lapse video of his sketching us all out. And it's pretty interesting. It's very entertaining. But there he is there. His Facebook, his Instagram, and YouTube, Sketchy Guy Nevada. And we're hoping that maybe when his schedule allows it, we bring him on as a guest. Because I'd be interested to find out all kinds of things about his cartoon work and what he does.
He's a fantastic artist. I recommend him to anyone for sure. His skills are unbelievable. So if you're looking to be be made into a cartoon, definitely look him up. Make contact with him. He's the nicest guy. He'll work with you. The prices are very reasonable, and you're going to be very pleased at what his work is. It's just amazing.
Well, I think that having him as part of our support is a wonderful thing, and I hope that people will use his work and have a good time with it.
There, we got the comments, Captain, regarding the logo and the designs and the cartoon. So it says, great design, love the cartoon logo. And then Brian also responded, great cartoon shirts. So,
well, be ready because they look really good. So we're going to have to get some of those T-shirts ready to put out there. And what person wouldn't want to have a cartoon captain on their shirt? Okay, maybe the quartermaster and the navigator too, but for sure the captain, right?
Right? Gotta have the captain.
Gotta have the captain. Hey, Cap, speaking of which, got a question for you from Brian. Well, actually, he's telling you that he really enjoyed the drinks and the stories you shared with him when he visited St. Augustine a few weeks back. Well,
it's always great to have a conversation with people in St. Augustine at the museum or at the Colonial Oak. After a tour, they come and we go have a drink. And it usually turns into being a good friendship.
Agree.
I know we're going to talk about the museum in just a little bit. In fact, believe it or not, that's the next segment we kind of have planned. Should we talk about the museum?
Sounds like a plan, Cam.
So the Pirate and Treasure Museum. So let me give you a little history. Pirate and Treasure Museum is considered to be the largest collection of pirate artifacts in the world. Over 850 artifacts on pirate history in the Pirate and Treasure Museum, the St. Augustine Pirate and Treasure Museum. They opened in December of 2010. I went on board just around the first day of January 2011. So I've been with the museum 1 month shy of its entire time. We get school tours galore. We do public tours on the weekends. And I can safely say that in the almost 11 years I've been with the Pirate Museum, I've done between 900 and 1,000 tours in this 10.5 to 11 years. And we meet all kinds of people in there, and they just love the tours, and they love talking pirate. In fact, I spent time today. The Inquisitor with his friends was in there today. That's where we got the idea about the superstition. But he had questions about Captain Kidd and other television shows that he's seen. And I shared with him what I knew. And it was Night Shadow. Great museum. We love that. So people come to the museum, and a lot of times when they come to the museum, they think it's going to be all hokey and Disney, and it's going to be childish. And 99.9% of the time when they walk out, it's not childish, and they've learned something, especially if they've had the opportunity for a tour. So many of the things that we talk about and that we will talk about will come from some of the things that have happened during my tours at the museum. So I'll tell you one story. We get a lot of children that come in the museum, and sometimes they're timid and scared. But I'm known as the pirate magician of St. Augustine. So I'll do a little magic trick and make them feel more comfortable. And it works most of the time. So last weekend, I had a little 4-year-old girl that came in. She had a sword in her hand already. And I believe she was wearing a pirate hat. She was pretty well decked out as a pirate. And she was very talkative. She was telling me about pirate history. At least what she knows from Jake and the Neverland Pirates.
Right.
So I changed a coin in my hand from a coin to a diamond right in my hand. Just a sleight of hand thing that I do for the children. And she looked at the diamond, and she looked at me, and she looked back at the diamond. And the first words out of her mouth were, and you got to imagine this out of a little 4-year-old girl, "What the hell?" What the hell? Hilarious. And it's one of the things that makes working there so much fun, because the children, I love children, especially with ketchup, but that's a different story. But children make it that much more fun. And almost a good portion, good half of those tours that we do in the museum, we do almost 1,000 tours a year in the Pirate Museum. If you just saw a tail wag off the side of my pirate, that's the ship's cat, which is normal. Every ship had cats, because we got rats on board too.
Right.
That's all right. Dory.
Hey, Captain.
Yeah.
Would you like to tell me about the Pirate Museum map? Treasure map.
So if you come to the Pirate Museum, we have an activity. It's one of the more favorite activities. It's the second favorite activity of everybody that comes to the museum. And I did say second. Nobody asked what the first was. All right, we'll let it go this time. So there's the map, ladies and gentlemen. That is the map of the Pirate and Treasure Museum. And you see 12 squares on that map. 12. Inside the museum, we have 12 hidden artifacts. But I'm not going to tell you where they are. But we are going to, starting next week, every week for 12 weeks, we are going to show you one of those artifacts. Give you some information and some history about the artifact, and let you see what it looks like. But again, we're not going to show you where it's at. That's up for you to come down and do your own treasure hunt. Oh, and thank you, BC Morin, for asking what's the first. What's the first? The first most important fun activity is hanging out with Captain Mayhem. I'm going to have to discipline my quartermaster and my navigator for not jumping in on that one. It was open right there in front of them. So a ration of rum will be withheld from you tonight.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Can you take my half from Davey Longwood?
Yes, all right. I'll take your half from Davey.
Good.
Davey can't drink much anyway. He's too young. He's too young. But
babyface Longwood.
So the map will be fun. You can come in, do the map, find the treasures, and I'll even tell you out of the 12, 2 of them are probably 2 of my most favorite objects in the Pirate Museum. And I'll tell you which 2 they are when we bring them up. But every week for the next 12 weeks, we're going to show you one of those hidden artifacts in the museum. But once again, I'm going to tell you, we're not going to tell you where it's at. You're going to have to find it on your own.
Right.
And if you can't find it, we don't want you hunting for our treasure either.
Here you go, Cap. The Pirate Museum is a fantastic place to visit for kids and adults.
We like that. Very good. It is. We have something for everybody there.
We do.
So just for my own sake, anybody of our viewers, how many of our viewers, any viewer not been there yet? Anybody not been there?
We'll see.
Well, let's see what happens.
All right.
Anything else about the museum we should throw out there? It was in the Keys for a while. Pat Croce, the owner of the museum, Mr. Pat Croce, he came to St. Augustine and fell in love with the city, and like many people, decides that's where he wants to put his business. So he moved everything from the Keys to here, and he did it in 1 year. So I've lost track of how many times I've been through the museum, used to work at the Quarter next door, and would go all the time. There you go. So we have plans to have the museum be a part of everything we do almost every week, because they've done so much for us, or for me, or for the St. Augustine Swashbucklers, which is a great segue.
Right.
We should talk about the St. Augustine Swashbucklers. Now,
Okay.
granted, we will talk about other pirate crews if and when they would like to be a part of what we're doing. There are many pirate crews in Florida, and I'd love to share with them and help them and support them in their endeavors to do whatever they do, because many of the pirate crews, they do things for charity. And I know some to do some great work for charity, for children, for reading programs, and we'd like to help them out and use this format to do whatever we can to make them as successful as we hope we are. But we're going to talk about the St. Augustine Swashbucklers tonight. First, St. Augustine Swashbucklers was started back in 2001 by a man named Joe Osteen. Now, Joe Osteen passed away. Joe Osteen passed away several years ago, but he handed the reins of the St. Augustine Swashbucklers over to me in 2009. When Joe Osteen had it, it was a social and group. What is the question?
Just a moment. Good one, Keith.
I like that. Thanks, Keith. A leeching. I prefer to think that more rum will help, if you don't mind. And no, it's not COVID. I have spent...
They hear the misses, Captain.
Yes, I have spent from Thursday night till tonight almost nonstop with crew events, Ancient City Con, which we were at for 2.5, 3 days, and preparing for this. And we had two nights that we were... See, and now you hear me coughing, and I'm not even showing a cough. Look at that. I can cough and talk at the same time. What talent have I got as a ventriloquist? I can cough, I can talk. Watch, I'm even going to drink and cough at the same time. Are you ready? Watch.
Go, Cap. Let's
ready?
Do
I'm going to drink and cough at the same time. Jeff Dunham's got nothing on me.
Aye, mate, that was good. I'll buy 2 tickets.
Aye. So, all right, where were we? Oh, yeah, the history of the crew.
Bye.
So, when I took the reins in 2009, the idea was to turn the crew into something that was more charitable driven, and that's what we've done. We do a lot of charity work. Now, in the first years, 2009, 10, 11, 12, we were doing upwards of 30 events a year, and the crew was getting worn out. Look at me. So, we've cut it down. We have 3 major charities that we do work for. Those 3 charities are Inc., which stands for Investing in Kids. And their primary motivation is to raise money for the teachers of St. Johns County School District to help them buy supplies that they need for their classrooms so that teachers don't have to fork out their own money. As we know, teachers are very gracious to their students and want to help them, but they also don't get paid the greatest pay in the world. So we're helping Inc. help them every school year. And we do several small events. Today was a good example. We did an event today at the Pirate Museum in commemoration of Talk Like a Pirate Day, and had a raffle and took some donations, and we'll be turning that money over to Inc. this week. And in fact, Donna Luders was with me today. And did we get any video of that there, Mr. Quartermaster?
Yeah, but we didn't have a chance to edit it, Captain.
All right, that's fine then. We'll save that for next week then. But she did tell me that if what money we raise today is turned over to her by the end of this week, there is a company that made an agreement with them that anything they raise in the month of September will be matched up to 30%. So 30% of what we gave them will increase the number. So we're going to do that. And that's a really good idea. And we love working with Inc. In fact, we'll be doing their Jailbreak 5K run, which is in October. And I believe it's the last Saturday, the 29th. I believe it's, no, the 30th. 30th is the last Saturday of October. I believe we'll be doing it then. Another one of the places we do work for, St. Augustine Youth Services. Now, this is an organization that takes care of children that, for reasons that are not to be blamed on the children, they just can't be at home. And we'll leave it at that. And the male campus for the boys and the teenagers is just down the road from where the captain lives. And we'll go down there and visit. But we do something for them every Christmas Eve. We take food down there for them. We take stockings for every boy that's there. And yours truly does a magic show for them on Christmas Eve. And we just have a Christmas Eve party for all those boys because they're stuck there and they don't have family to go have Christmas Eve with. So that's what we do. Now, the director and their marketing person I talked to last week, and for our Halloween event that we're going to talk about in just a few minutes, they're going to bring all the boys down for one of the nights of our Halloween event. They can put them in, they have buses, they'll bring them down and let them participate in our Halloween event. The last charity event where we do for is called Dreams Come True, based out of Jacksonville. And their purpose is to give children that are suffering from terrible medical problems some fun times, some good times, and maybe a lasting experience or a dream. And sometimes kids want to be pirates. Now Quartermaster, do we have a video on this? Good. Let me explain it real quick and then we'll pop it up there. So Dreams Come True asked us about 2 weeks ago if we would do a video for them. And the video was supposed to be, what does working with Dreams Come True mean to you? Or mean to me? Well, you're going to see that I turned the tables on this one. And I've made this video with the help of both my quartermaster and my navigator, because they're very tech savvy on all these things, and I'm just a captain. But they helped a great deal with this. And quartermaster, let them see the video.
All right, Captain.
Captain William Mayhem here of the St. Augustine Swashbucklers. I've had a working relationship with the Dreams Come True people since 2014. When they asked me if I would join in their video project, well, what could I say? How can you tell the Dreams Come True people no? So here we are. Now the question was, what does working for Dreams Come True mean to me? I think it's different. Here's how. I believe it's not what it means to me, but it's what it means to all the children that we interact with my talents and the talents of my crew, the St. Augustine Swashbucklers. I believe it's what we can do to make it mean something to them.
Pirates just make us think of treasure, and every child of the Dreams family is truly a treasure. From meeting fairies, to princesses, tea with pirates, or a superhero's first kiss from a pirate. Pirates just make everyone smile, think of adventures, and tall tales. Pirates are truly a family affair, and they just make you want to dance. smiles say it all, and every child is royalty as far as we pirates be concerned. Even walking the plank can be a true pleasure. And although we pirates might pillage and plunder a bit here and there, in the end, we give it all back to those truly worthy dreamers.
So what does it mean to me? Do I really have to tell you? I've heard that a picture is worth 1,000 words, and I've just given you over 16,000 of them. It's now your time to take your pick. Bye.
So that's what we did for them. And really, it isn't what it means to me or the crew. It's what it means to the children when we show up. And even as badass pirates, kids love pirates.
Aye.
Or Happy Powder Monkey.
And the Powder Monkey. So we'll keep doing that. And to help fund what we do, we have 2 projects that are coming up. So let me give you the history of that. Last year, because of COVID, I didn't have a whole lot of work. And I was sitting around the house needing something to do. Now, I have a very large backyard, as most of my crew knows. Almost 1/3 of an acre, I'd say. And what did we do? We turned it into a big, gigantic, pirate-themed Halloween haunt. And then we started advertising and letting the public come walk through my backyard. And we asked in return that they make donations. Animal food, human food, or they could drop money into any of our donation buckets. The animal food we gave to the Humane Society, and we gave them over 300 pounds of food last year. The human food we gave to local food banks, and it was about 250 pounds of that. And then we raised cash, and that goes into our charity account that we use because every year we do a Christmas holiday toy drive. Well, after it was so much fun last year, the crew has decided to do it again this year, which is a good thing because I have about 26 crates of Halloween decorations sitting in my port now that we need to do something with.
Oh, yeah.
So it'll be called, from now on, the St. Augustine Swashbucklers Spooktacular. And there it is. And we're going to have it on the weekend before Halloween weekend. And on Friday and Saturday, it'll be open. And then the weekend of Halloween, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Right. It'll be October 22nd and 23rd. And then the following weekend, the 29th, 30th, and 31st.
Perfect. Didn't we make a video about that? Just a teaser?
We did, Captain.
All right, well, let's see if that one gives a little tease and lets people see what we're doing.
Aye, Captain. Here we go.
What was that? It's Halloween. That's what it was. And it's coming up. The St. Augustine Swashbucklers Spooktacular will be a walk-through, outdoor, haunted pirate amazement. 5 nights only. 22 and 23. That's a Friday and Saturday night. And then the next weekend, Halloween weekend, the 29th, the 30th, and the 31st, Halloween night. Come on out. And this is one of the things that the St. Augustine Swashbucklers does to raise something for the community. You can bring pet food, which we donate to the Humane Society. You can bring human food, which is canned food that we'll give to the food banks in the area. Or you can drop off a little bit of monetary donations, which we use to take care of all the other things that happen for this yard. Halloween 2021. St. Augustine Swashbucklers Spooktacular.
So we invite everybody to come out on those nights and see what's going on and enjoy the fun. We have, I'm not even going to tell anybody what we have. We do have a mermaid, or she's a skeleton. We do have a band.
Aye.
And my good friends, Rusty Cutlass. I love them so much that I had to take this band that I have, which is a skeleton band, and I named them Rusty or Cutlass. And Mark Miller and the boys, they thought it was pretty cool. So you'll have to come out and see all the things we're doing. We have a few new haunts planned for this year, so it'll be a little bigger than it was last year. And it's well worth it if you want to come out and have some fun.
Yeah, it's a big event.
So,
a lot of folks come attend.
A lot of fun. Now, I do have to tell you that when I put all that effort into it last year, and it took weeks to build, it took hours to put it together. And when you're trying to put something together for an outdoor venue over a weeks and weeks and weeks of period of time, you're dodging the rain and watching the weather. So it was a chore. It was a lot of work. But as soon as we were done, my good wife, CC Mayhem, said, "Wow, that was fun. Let's do Christmas." Oh. But what did we do? We did the St. Augustine Swashbucklers Christmas Village. And ladies and gentlemen, we had over 10,000 lights in our backyard. We had lollipops, the size, well, that. We had 3 Christmas trees, plus 1 big Christmas tree that was 25 feet high and over 2,000 lights. So we have a good time with Christmas. Oh, and by the way, that jolly old fat guy showed up, and we had him here for all the pictures you parents might want with your little ones. And there's no charge.
Dog parents.
What's that?
And the dog parents. That was very
Ah, and we had people bring their fur babies, and Santa sat with their fur babies. And you can take all the pictures and the videos you want, and there's no charge. We just ask for donations to cover what we do, and the extra goes to our toy drive for Christmas. This is our 11th year doing the St. Augustine Swashbucklers Toys for Pits. PITS stands for Pirates in Training. And we help families out at Christmas time. It's a really good thing for us to do. And there's nothing better than us to do this. And for me personally, to watch some of my pirates tear up when we're giving out the prizes and the toys and the money to the families and the children, that's the best part for me. Make them cry.
Captain, and we're back at it again this year with the Christmas as well.
We are. And there's our Christmas Village advertisement. The dates are fairly set, but we'll wait and advertise them probably a little later on into November as we work on putting it all together. But it'll be open too. I'll give you a hint on both the Christmas yard and the Halloween yard. We live in the shores, but that's all I'll tell you right now. The Christmas Village is a lot of fun. And Santa doesn't show up alone. Mrs. Claus is here too, and all the children get to have hot chocolate and cookies with Mrs. Claus. So it's well worth it.
Aye.
And we have a few pirates that help us out. And some elves.
And Powder Monkey.
And the Powder Monkey.
Christmas Powder Monkey.
Yeah, Davey, Longwood, and the Powder Monkey. I think they're bunk mates. That's why he's so excited about the Powder Monkey all the time. What do you think there, QuarterMaster?
I think it's fantastic, mate. Captain, what do you say we open it up to a couple questions from our crewmates?
Yeah, we got time.
Absolutely, we got time. Let's have some questions. Anybody want to throw something in? I've seen a couple of names out there. I want to say hello, Angie. I'm so happy that you're watching. Mason, you did a great job today over at the Pirate and Treasure Museum. Thank you very much for that.
Welcome.
Go ahead.
Sending love to Mrs. Mayhem too. She's an amazing woman.
Now I'm going to have to cut the doors in the house bigger. Let's see who else is on there.
We have Robin.
Robin, so impressed. Wish I knew you all years ago. What a great group of pirates. Well, Robin, where are you from? You can join us, you know. We have openings for new crew members in the St. Augustine Swashbucklers. We would love to have you. and if this is what you like to do, we run the crew like a real pirate ship. You're in
Captain, she's
Virginia.
from Virginia.
Well, we can't pay your travel expenses, but anytime you're in St. Augustine, if you let us know, we'd love to throw a pub crawler. And I'm always reluctant to say this because then I have something thrown at me, but because I have such a nice large backyard, I enjoy socializing in my backyard with the fire circle we have, cigars, rum, and barbecue. So we always like to invite people to come over to the house. We are part of the press gang in Virginia. I've heard of you all. Robin, any of you would be always welcome to come down here and visit with us. You just have to let us know. That invitation is always open to everybody. Any pirate that is from any other crew in the entire world, if you come to St. Augustine, let us know.
Now, Robin also made a comment earlier. She'd like to hear information about the lady pirates. That's always a good tale.
Say that again, Mr. Longwood.
Robin also made a comment earlier on that she'd like to see us talk about lady pirates.
Well, we can talk about lady pirates. I heard one today, speaking of lady pirates, this is one of the reasons I want to look up all the superstition. I heard today that, which I already knew, women were not allowed on pirate ships or military ships or naval ships. They were considered bad luck unless they were naked. Brings up all kinds of new thoughts, doesn't it? But we'll find it right now.
You have Scarlett. She says she's missed seeing you when she was in town yesterday.
Scarlett Deerheart. Let's talk about her real quick. She has shiver me pictures. She does a photo booth at some of the pirate events. And we've had her help us at Old City Pirate Fest. Mm-hmm. Pardon me. And so we're gonna be doing a lot with her. In fact, we'd like to invite her to be a guest on one of our shows down the road so we can talk about the things that she does. She's a wonderful pirate captain of a crew, and they operate similar ideas as we do. And we'd love to have you, Scarlett, be a part of our crew here, at least a guest on our show.
Yeah, Cam.
Where are you moving back to, Angel? Florida's a big state. Can you narrow it down a little bit? South Florida. So let's see. Who else is there?
This is Scott responding back. He says, "Aye, anytime, sir."
Very good, very good. Keith, you got to stop it with the leeches. I don't think I want to play with leeches.
There you go.
And Robin is your wife. All right. There's some things I might say, but the leeches will be a last resort if the rum doesn't work. How's that?
Captain Angel says tamarack.
Tamarack. I'll mix it in my rum. We have one other project for the Swashbucklers. It'll come in January. It's called Old City Pirate Festival. We did it for 4 years, 2017, 18, 19, and 20. We did not do it in 21, but we're bringing it back in 22. So be watching for that because we have some really cool ideas on how to ease ourselves back into the festival community. But right now, is there any really good questions out there?
Captain, here's one from Ben. I love to hear about Anne Bonny, Mary Read, and Calico Jack. And you can read the rest there, Beck.
So we'll talk about Anne Bonny and Mary Read and Calico Jack when we talk about some of the tales of the pirates of the golden age of piracy, which is 1680s to the 1720s. Oh!
What?
Mr. Frick just figured out the app so he could be on board, and he's now on board. And I'll give a little teaser on this. I won't tell you who MM Frick is, but he just has almost completed a book on the pirate adventures of Thomas II from Newport, Rhode Island. That book may go into publication starting in a couple of weeks, and we've already made some invites to Mr. Frick so that he can come and be a guest on our show. And we're looking to do that in October so we can tell everybody about his book. It's a good thing you figured it out there, Frick. Good thing.
Ziggy says, aye, cigars.
And we do smoke cigars. It's my cabin. I can smoke. And we'll talk about cigars. Maybe we'll do the history of cigars. We have somebody else that we're going to bring on, too. Many of you, if you haven't heard of him, go on YouTube and look at him. The River Pirate. He does rum reviews. And we're going to bring him on and talk about some really good rums. And I've done a couple of videos with the River Pirate already. And our last one was a pairing of several different rums with several different cigars. It was a wonderful night. So we'll be bringing him on, too. What rum does the captain prefer?
That's a good question.
Aye. Well, the standard answer is any rum you bring to me that I don't have to pay for.
Spoken like a true pirate.
But tonight I just happen to be drinking Anniversario. But my taste in rum runs from Sailor Jerry's to Kraken to Vizcaya to
Sailor Jerry's good.
Yeah, Sailor
That's what I
Jerry's.
have.
I like good rums, but it depends on the mood I'm in for the rum, because there are some rums, I'm not a Morgan fan, but there are some rums that are just, they're like cocktail rums. And we're going to be bringing in some other people there are some local St. Augustine rums that are well worth talking about. And we'll bring them in. Another drink. But one of my favorite rums that's not expensive, it's not typical pirate make you hack, have a good time rum, but it's wonderful to just sit and drink, and that's spiced orange rum from City Gates Distillery here in St. Augustine. Yes, we've done a few free plugs for people tonight, but we're pirates. We're going to come collect eventually. So let's see. Ron Zacapa, XL. Yes, that is a smooth rum. I can't disagree with you on that Pagan Pirate 13. That is a great rum. I do like Zacapa. So once in a while, I'll slip to a whiskey. And I know some people don't like Jameson's, but if you haven't had a Jameson's, it's 27 years old or older. El Dorado, I have that. Mount Gay. I've drank it. If you bring it to me free, I'll drink it.
That was good.
So, have either of you done a count? How many viewers do we have tonight?
It fluctuates, going from in the 20s to the 30s.
Very good. Very good. Well, I'm very, very flattered that we had such good support for our first night out. And we're going to have a list of all of you, because we did a teaser about a gift that we're going to send out. And we're going to send a gift out to every one of our first viewers. And nobody else will be able to get one of these, because it's going to be marked as our premiere episode, episode number 1, September 19th, 2021. And it'll have all the readings on it. And if you didn't watch tonight, you don't get one. So we're going to make that happen. Once we knew how many viewers we had, then we could put everything in motion. So we'll make that happen starting this week. And hopefully within the next 2 weeks or so, we'll be good. So.
No more house with the cleaver.
Captain, we'd like to speak about next week's episode. We are at 55 minutes, so I know who our guest is going to be next Sunday.
Yes. I've invited, many of you know who he is. I've invited Chad Light, but he portrays a wonderful character named Pedro Menendez. Pedro Menendez is the father of St. Augustine, came here in September of 1565, began the city of St. Augustine, and did away with all those pesky French pirates that were here. and we're going to bring Pedro in and be a part of our show and have some fun with him. And this is the kind of thing we're going to do.
Okay.
We've got plans for authors, musicians, dancers. What'd you say, Longwood?
Dancers.
Oh, he may look young, but his mind is always on one track.
He sounded kind of angry there, Captain, though. He said,
Yeah.
dancers.
Dancers. All right, Longwood, dancers. Yes. And Prancer and Vixen, too, if that'll make you happy.
That's good. All right, here we go.
So, I think this was a great first show.
It was, Captain, for sure.
And if all our viewers agree, do they have the ability, since I'm new to this also, do they have the ability to put a thumbs up or a heart in their comments?
They actually
Yes.
are, Captain. They are putting hearts, and in fact, I'm looking forward. Here you go. I'll show you this one.
Perfect. Very good.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to have fun with them. And we've planned out the next 16 weeks. We're already planned up to January. We got a few things that we haven't figured yet, but we hope you'll stay with us. We hope you'll tell your friends, pass it on. We'll do advertisements and let you know a week's advance what's going to happen.
And any suggestions that the crew may have regarding shows they would like to see, let us know, because we will definitely consider it and maybe put it into the show. So please put it in the comments or send us an email or contact us on YouTube or Facebook, our Instagram page. Just make sure you reach out to us and let us know what your thoughts are and what shows you would like to see or things you want to hear about.
I just saw a comment that Adam Lemons put up there a few lines back, that the women have to do the housework without clothes on. I'm sure in Adam's house that's safe. And that's all I'm going to say, Adam.
Okay, I found it. Here it is.
New rule for Lady Page. No more housework with clothes on.
Bad luck,
Bad luck, you know. Well, Adam, she can tell you she's not wearing clothes. You won't know the difference.
That's a good one. You have to know our crewmate to understand that joke.
Adam and Lady Page are our newest members of our crew, the St. Augustine Swashbucklers. And Mason Wilkinson, I'm pretty sure that you're going to have to be a member of the crew too. Time flies when you're having fun. This podcast proves that. You're absolutely right. I'm looking at the buzzer right now, and we got less than 2 minutes. There's only one problem I have. I think the captain talked too much, and I need to get the quartermaster and the navigator in on the conversation a little bit more. What do you say?
Well, we're definitely the ship's pulling into port, but we wanted to let everyone know what we say about our podcast at the end of it, and what our slogan is.
This will be our ending tagline every week from now on.
Part of the podcast,
part of the crew.
Always.
So,
and that's it for us. We're going to sign out. We'll be back in port next week. That'll be September 26th.
Yep.
And we look forward to hearing and seeing all of you there. Do catch up with us and let us know during the week any ideas you have. And as it goes away, even bad criticism we can learn from.
Aye.
Aye.
Bye, everyone.